Yeah, I would say absolutely. I'm just as comfortable last year. There's different variables though. I'm throwing the distance drivers right now that I'm throwing. I'm unbelievably confident in, and I'm just kind of figuring out little things here and there. But I've got it almost completed. Yeah.
Alrighty guys, I'm here at the 2019 Waco Annual Charity Open with coverage presented by OTB. Standing here with Prodigy's newest player, Mr. Kevin Jones. How you doing, buddy?
What's up, everybody? I'm doing really well, Corey. Thank you.
Yep, and I'm glad to have you on. I've been meaning to get an interview with you, but it hasn't quite worked out timing-wise, so super stoked to be talking with you. I see that you're wearing legit disc golf, and I know that they have a pretty big presence out here. How did you originally get hooked up with them? I know you're an Arkansas guy.
Yeah, Ryan Draper actually just hit me up. He's the TD of this big event right here. He hit me up and he told me that he was looking for a very small but like powerful and just fun team, and so he liked my personality. He likes how I act on the course, and so he decided to add me to his team.
Yeah, you said small but powerful, and I think that's like, maybe ties into your game a little bit too. You're not the biggest guy on tour, but you're a natural athlete. With your kind of distance, how do you feel like that fares on a course like this, which is, half really tightly wooded?
Yeah, well, obviously distance is a big advantage of mine and a big skill of mine, but as a lot of people know, I'm also able to hit gaps really well and throw putters really well, so that's what I'll be doing at Waco for sure, throwing a lot of putters up the middle.
Cool. And last year you were with Perdiscus, and I know that they allowed you to throw a bit of a mixed bag, right? It wasn't 100% Perdiscus. Are there any new Prodigy discs that you're really leaning on out here?
Yeah, I have the M4 that's actually flying super buttery for me right now. I'm also throwing my Tour M3s as well, and the H3 V2s are really good, flying really well through the woods for sure.
Great. So last year we've seen, actually the past 2 years, we've seen Big Germ come out victorious. He does lean on that sidearm a lot out here, and I know you do throw flicks, but it's not necessarily your game. Is that something you feel maybe you're at a disadvantage because you don't have, or how do you, compared to like Nate Perkins and Germ, how do you feel your game is?
Yeah, well, Germ obviously has an insane sidearm. I got to see it last weekend at Crush on the Concho. He was throwing some incredible, effortless lines, and it's fun to watch. I wouldn't absolutely say that it's a disadvantage for me, though. He's throwing sidearms on a couple shots that I'm just choosing different lines on, but you will see me throwing a lot of sidearms out here.
Cool. And you did take down, in a pretty good field, the Crush on the Concho last weekend, where you shot, I believe it was tied for your highest rated round ever.
Yeah.
How'd it feel out there?
Oh, it was awesome, man. Like, that course set up for me so nice. We actually played 3 courses, but one of them was a temporary course, and he made it super long, lots of big hyzers, and so I was just kind of cashing in on these long holes.
How do you feel like, I know for me personally, I really get a lot of joy out of going to, it was a B tier, it's not the big national tour, the Pro Tour series. How do you balance, going from a small tournament like that, even though it's a good field, to a bigger tournament like this? Is there added juice or added preparation?
Sure. In a field like we were playing in, I would say it's very similar. There's so many locals out there that I want to impress and that I want to, kind of gain an impression on and have a reputation for. And so there's the pressure there, and there's, we had like 40, 50 people following the card, and then a huge skins match. So I would say the pressure is pretty similar, honestly, after playing so many tournaments for me.
Yeah, they kind of just all roll over. It's, I can imagine it's a similar vibe. You get there, you practice, and you're just going through your routine at that point. We're in Texas. We're about at the halfway mark of this first leg of the tour. We saw some really good, yeah, I know, right? I know. But we saw some really good play out of you in Vegas. You made a really good run at the end, and just didn't quite, you needed a lot of birdies, obviously, to catch Calvin.
Yeah.
How do you feel like your game is progressing now with all your new classic? Are you just as comfortable as you were last year?
Yeah, I would say absolutely. I'm just as comfortable last year. There's different variables, though. I'm throwing the distance drivers right now that I'm throwing. I'm unbelievably confident in, and I'm just kind of figuring out little things here and there. But I've got it almost completed. Yeah.
Cool. And now I've heard, through the grapevine that you've got some little goodies from some former Prodigy players. Anyone you want to shout out, hook me up with good discs?
Absolutely. Shout out to my boy Seppo Paiu, Dutch Napier. These guys are giving me the best runs that I could ever ask for. Kale Aviska, these guys are awesome. I have a really cool team.
Is that so? I've heard from a lot of the pros that the things on the shelves aren't necessarily what they're throwing on a day-to-day basis. Is that something you find yourself, like kind of the pros are able to get like the real inside, the best runs?
I think what it comes down to is the things on the shelf are made for the general public and not made for the professional disc golfer most of the times. And then, you know, you have runs here and there that just happen to take more torque for a touring pro or something like that. So it's not that they're any better, they are just simply more overstable.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I remember specifically last year with Yuli in that Lavender X1 that was like impossible to film. Did you find yourself any of those?
I have not found a Lavender X1, no. I have an equivalent, a blue 750 X1 that's really glidey, really beat in, that my buddy Charlie Cavalier hooked me up with.
Okay, that's good. So you got all the hookups.
I know.
That's the way to do it.
Absolutely.
Well, hey, Kevin, I know you got a big day today. You've got it in the bag that you're filming soon. It's like media week for you out here. So I'm going to get you out on this. Is there anything you want to say to your fans at home or across the nation, you know, Kevin Jones people, anything you want to say to them?
Well, yeah, first of all, Corey, thanks for having me on, man. I really appreciate
absolutely.
it. Shout out to all my Arkansas supporters. I really appreciate you guys' support and following me on tour. Here I am. I'm in Waco, Texas, only 6 hours from home, but I'm still on tour. I'm still killing it, so thank you guys.
Alrighty, that's all I got from Kevin here. And for anything else, coverage of disc golf, check out my YouTube channel. Hey guys, thanks for checking out that interview. If you have it in you, please make a donation at patreon.com/JohnnyDiscGolf. And check out Only the Best Discs at otbdiscs.com. They are super awesome guys getting involved with disc golf at every level.